Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Ral Entrika. I'm from KL class with NPM 1010233330. And here I will explain family law, namely about adoption and surrogacy. First, family law and overview. Family law encompasses legal rules and regulations that pertain to family relationship and issues. It deals with a wide range of matters such as marriage, divorce, child custody, and domestic violence. So, family law is a set of regulations that govern the legal relationship between blood relatives and relatives by marriage. It is part of private law, which regulates the rights and obligations of individuals towards each other. In Indonesia, family law is governed by various laws such as the marriage law and the child protection law. The principles of family law include monogamy, equality, legally certainty, and utility. Family law has written and unwritten sorts, and it encompasses various aspects such as marriage, divorce, inheritance, guardianship, and family obligation. Scope of family law. First is legal framework, personal rights, and financial aspects. The legal framework in family law in Indonesia is governed by various laws and regulations. The key legal concepts include jurisdiction, divorce, cohabitation, children, abdication, relocations, cross-border issues, parental responsibility, child maintenance, and material agreements. The Indonesian legal system is based on a civil law system, which is a blend of local customary law, Dutch law, and modern Indonesian law. Family law in Indonesia is underpinned by the Indonesian Civil Code, which regulates all private law matters. The legal system in Indonesia faces challenges such as conflicting laws and regulations, ineffective operation of the courts, and widespread corruption with the judiciary. The source of law in Indonesia include regulation, customary law, and Islamic law for the Muslim population. So, personal rights in family law encompass a range of legal concepts that protect individuals within the family unit. These rights include the right to privacy, the right to enter to marriage, the rights and obligation of spouses, and the rights and responsibilities of parents and children. In the context of family law, the right to privacy plays a crucial role in protecting the intimate details of individuals' lives, particularly in sensitive matters such as divorce and child custody cases. The Indonesian legal system, which is based on a civil law system, provides as a framework to the protection of these personal rights within the family context. Next, the financial aspects in family law in Indonesia encompass various key issues, including pre- and post-nuptial agreements, matrimonial property, regimes, divorce settlements, child maintenance, and entertainment. Indonesian law stipulates that all assets acquired during marriage become joint assets, except gift or entertainments unless otherwise specific. The financial aspects of family law are governed by the Indonesian legal system, which is based a civil law system and is underpinned by the Indonesian Civil Code. These aspects play a crucial role in regulating the financial rights and obligation of individuals within the family unit. Family law, for example, is taught First is marriage and divorce. Legal dissolution of marriage, alimony, and division of assets are integral aspects. Second is child custody and support. Legal arguments for the care and financial support of children post-divorce or separation. And third, adoption and surrogacy. Legal proceedings in adoption of children of surrogacy agreements for within family law. Marriage and divorce. First, marriage. Marriage is a legal contract that defines the union between two individuals, and divorce is legal dissolution of marriage encompassing asset division, alimony, and child custody arrangements. So, marriage and divorce cases in family law involve various legal issues and concepts. Some key aspects of these cases include: first is jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is determining which court has the authority to hear the case based on factors such as the parties' residency, the location of the marriage, and the applicable law. Second is pre- and post-nuptial agreements. These are contracts entered into before or after marriage that outline the financial rights and obligation of the parties in the event of a divorce or separation. Third is matrimonial property regimens. The legal framework governing the ownership and division of assets acquired during marriage, including joint assets and separate assets. Fourth is divorce, the legal process by which a marriage is dissolved, which may involve issues such as alimony, child custody, and property division. Fifth is nullity, a legal declaration that a marriage is void, meaning it was never valid in the first place, due to factors such as fraud, corruption, or lack of capacity. Sixth is judicial separation, a legal process that separates the parties without dissolving the marriage, allowing them to live separately while remaining legally married. Seven is children. Issues relate to the custody, visitation, and support of children, including child abduction, relocation, and cross-border issues. H is parental responsibility, the legal rights and obligation of parents in relation to their children, including decision-making authority and provision of financial support. 9 is child maintenance, the financial support provided by one parent to the other for the care or upbringing of their children. The last one is marital agreements, is contracts entered into by marriage couples that outline the finance rights and obligation during and after the marriage, including issues such as property division and alimony. These cases are governed by various laws and regulations, including the Indonesian Civil Code, which regulates all private law matters. Child study and support. First, types of custody, legal arguments for shared, joint, or sole custody, considering the best interest of the child. Second is child support guidelines, legal obligation for financial support, care of the child post-divorce or separation. So, in family law, child custody and support cases involve various legal aspects. When parents are not married or in a relationship, issues may arise regarding the custody and support of the child. The Court of Jurisdiction for Divorce Proceedings also determines child custody arguments. Child custody issues commonly arise in case of divorce. and the court can order legal custody, physical custody, visitation schedule, and child support. The court considers that custody arguments in determining support obligation, but it's not the sole determining factor. Parents cannot come to an agreement regarding the custody and support to their child. They can file a lawsuit seeking court interpretation, and married parents can also ask the court to order legal custody, physical custody, visitation schedule, and child support. Family court handles a wide range of cases, including dissolution of marriage, annulment, support unconjugate with dissolution of marriage, paternity, child support, adoption, and surrogacy. Adoption is legal procedures for adopting a child and ensuring the best interest of the child. Surrogacy is arrangements where a woman carries and gives birth to child for another couple or person. So, in Indonesia, both adoption and surrogacy are recognized legal process for family formation, each with its own set of legal nuances. Adoption. After a child's biological parents have given up or lost their parental rights, the child is provided a permanent home with person or family under a legally recognized arrangement. Adoptive parents are entirely in charge of and accountable for their adopted children. Adoption can take many different forms, including adoption from foster care by government organizations. Surrogacy. In traditional surrogacy, the surrogate mother maintains parental rights throughout the process, as she is the biological parent of the child. Pre-planned adoption arrangements are used to terminate the surrogate's parental rights. However, the surrogate's mother may revoke her consent up to 48 hours after giving birth. The legal differences between surrogacy and adoption are significant, and each process has its own unique legal consideration. It's important for individuals considering this option to understand the specific legal implication and requirements associated with each method. Domestic violence and protection orders. Legal remedies is protective and restraining orders to savage victims of domestic abuse. Support system is legal mechanisms and support service for individuals affected by domestic violence. Legal remedies in family law refer to the means by which a court of law enforces a right, imposes a penalty, or makes some other court order to impose it will on a party in a case. Legal remedies can be divided into two general categories: legal and equitable. Legal remedies include damage, injunctions, and restitution, while equitable remedies including specific performance, accounting for profits, and consecutive trust. In family law, legal remedies may be sought in cases involving child custody and support, adoption, and some surrogacy. The Indonesian legal system, which is based on civil law system, provide a framework for legal remedies in family law cases. Support system in family law may refer to the legal mechanism and regulation related to child support. This typically involves in the financial support provided by one parent to the other to the care and upbringing of their children. Child support laws and systems um, vary by jurisdiction, but they generally admit, uh, admit to insecure that both parents fulfill their financial responsibilities towards their children, taking into account factors such as custody arrangements and the financial means of each parent. For detailed and specific information to the support system in family law, it is advisable to refer to the relevant legal sources and regulation in the specific jurisdiction of interest. Property division and alimony. Example of property division is 50K. A significant amount may be divided equitably between divorcing spouse. And factors considered for alimony: length of the marriage, financial disparities, and standard of living during the marriage. Property division and alimony are two key aspects of family law that involve the distribution of assets and financial support in the context of a divorce or separation. Property division. In family law, property division refers to the process of dividing the material assets and debts between the spouses equally and equitably. The goal is not necessarily to divide everything equally, but to consider the unique circumstances of the marriage. Factors that are taken into account include economic circumstances, non-material property, custodial agreements, spousal support, and tax consequences. The law of the state in which a couple divorces will determine how the couple will alimony. Alimony, also known as spousal support, is financial support paid by one spouse to the other after a divorce or separation. It is not ordered in every divorce, and the factors that are considered include the length of the marriage, material misconduct or fault, each spouse contribution to the material estate, income of each spouse, extent of retirement benefits, any award of alimony, and any tax consequences. The court may order alimony be paid on a temporary or permanent basis, and the amount and duration of the payment are determined based on the specific circumstances of the case. In Indonesia, the legal framework for property division and alimony is governed by the Indonesian Civil Code, which regulates all private law matters. The last is case example. Example of cases of child custody are the case of fighting for child custody of Sky, the only son of the late Vanessa Angel and Bibi Adriansa. The two families fighting for child custody are Haji Faisal family and Dodi Sudrajat's family. This case has indeed become a public stir because the struggle for child custody is synonymous with a divorce case. As another example, the divorce case of Ahmad Dhani and Maya Stanti in 200H also discuss the custody struggle for Ahmad Al-Ghazali, Jaludin Rumi, and Abdul Qadir Jalani. In this case, Maya Stanti was forbidden to meet her three sons, even though the custody of her three children fell into her hands. Danny also had time to appeal the court's decision. This child custody case often occurs because of the divorce that occurred in Indonesia, which often makes children victims. Every year, the Indonesian Child Protection Commission releases a case report involving children of around 600 cases per year. Of the number, 42% are cases of child custody. So that's all my explanation. Thank you. Bye.